professional affiliation.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Paul Kimani, CPA Paul Kimani. I'm the Director of Financial Service, Nairobi County Assembly.
Are you a member of the Institute?
Yes, I am a member of the ISPAC.
Are you a member in good standing?
Currently, Chair, maybe you allow me to confirm, but we are yet to pay these financial year subscriptions for our accountants.
Mr. Speaker, would you be represented by an advocate who is not in good standing?
It should not be the case.
Sorry, the name was?
Chair, Paul Kimani.
Paul Kimani.
Yes, Chair.
What do you make of this conversation between Moses and Sami as a boss on finance?
Chair, maybe what we can confirm is that in the reporting period, indeed there was a lapse. And that's why we are finding ourselves in this situation where we don't know who was to sign for the financial statements. But currently, Chair, I can confirm that as a mitigating factor, we've already set up the structural departmental. We have established respective people who do what they're supposed to be doing. And so currently, you can confirm that we have now started putting up measures to improve on those areas that we had challenges on.
Were you in the assembly in that financial year?
Yes, I was, Chair.
What role were you playing?
Chair, interestingly, also, I was suspended this period.
No, but
I was the Director of Financial Services,
yes,
but I was not in the office by then.
You also had an interdiction?
Not interdiction per se, but I was not acting in the bank, yes.
What was on what basis? You stole?
No, Chair. At that time, it was an issue of the promotions, how they had been done. And so we were, with the current management, we were told, first of all, to step aside. And we were not functioning in the current position.
Were you on contract or you were on a permanent employment?
I was on permanent employment, Chair.
What was the date of your suspension?
Chair, maybe you allow me to give the exact dates later.
It was in which financial year?
That is the financial year period between 1920 and 2021. That's the whole of 2020 financial year.
So you were out for how long?
Cumulatively, I can say around 6 months, 7 months.
You were Director of Finance?
Yes, Chair.
So Sami was reporting to you?
Yes, Chair.
Mr. Speaker, we will not proceed with this session, especially with this fresh revelation, because I thought that Sami was the senior most accountant in the institution. Now it is emerging that there was a Director of Finance who ought to have taken responsibility. Were you a member of the Institute at that point in time?
Yes, Chair, I was.
And in good standing?
Yes, I was.
Why did they choose to sign for Sami and not for you?
Chair.
Were they trying to set him up?
I cannot confirm that.
Ideally, who should have signed those financial statements if you were in office, if there were no interdictions or suspensions? Which was a functional role that ought to have co-signed with the chief officer, with the accounting officer?
The correct position should have been me.
So why did they choose Sami and not Paul Kimani?
Sacrificial lamb. With some information, at some point, there were promotions that were done. And during this time of the period under review, some of these officers were demoted as a result of a decision made by a committee of the assembly. So, meaning they reverted back to their previous position. And probably that's why he could not able to exercise his mandate as a Director of Financial Services. But it was subsequently collected.
This county requires an investigator, not a political committee. This one goes beyond audit. This one requires an investigation. There were too many things going on there. Are there people who are suspending others and sending others home? Are they here? Who are they? But I told you to declare interest. Now you see, it's coming out.
No, Chair. I think in that time of musical chairs, as I alluded to, I was not the acting speaker. Maybe they are referring to the acting positions, which the clerk should be able to mention, because he was in office, he was out because of court. But I think two issues I need to put in even as you continue. Number one is that during my period in that turbulent period, what we had agreed as a board then was to at least stabilize the Department of Accounts so that we don't have this mess. And so maybe the clerk also concurs, is that we employed about 10 CPAs who are still in office even now, right? 8, yeah. So this whole period has accountants who are supposed to be in good standing, following up on the issues of accounting. So that is one. Number two, there's also the glaring issue of the promotions, I think, that caused these issues of interdiction. It was also captured by the Auditor General, I think, in one of the reports. It is a live matter in the Auditor General's report. But suffice to say, all the officers who acted and not acted are actually in your front bench, one. Two, if they are not in office even now, they are somewhere in Nairobi. And so they should be able to come and account in their period in office. Thank you.
Speaker, I had hoped that the Assembly would have looked at these issues, the County Assembly Park, but from the look of things, it cannot provide a solution because they are part of the landscape. I've looked at the financial statements. Today, we're supposed to look at financial statements for 2 financial years. The following year, I see it's been signed by a clerk and signed by Mr. Sami Ndana. And you confirmed that for 2021, 2022, the signature in those financial statements are yours. Sami, can you confirm? We were to deal with those 2 financial years. I see your signature in the 2022 alongside Edward O. Gishana. Edward Gishana, you can confirm that you certify
I confirm.
those accounts?
I confirm.
Sami Ndana? So there's no, be on record. So there's no contention on
Yes, Chair, I confirm.
You confirmed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The only problem you have is 2020,
2020.
2021,
Exactly.
where your ISPAC number was used to certify accounts while you were on interdiction.
Exactly, Chair.
Speaker, we will not be able to get into the substance of this report if the foundation of the report is that it was signed by someone who was not supposed to sign it, who has testified, the circumstances under which he ended up signing. He made the mistake of purporting to sign financial statements without any written instructions. And Moses, you'll find yourself in a lot of problems at some point. And for the financial year 2020-2021, we shall retreat as a committee, but we are likely to call for either a forensic audit or an investigation on the utilization of the 1.3 billion that was allocated to the County Assembly. There are issues of misuse of public funds, which the Auditor General talks about here. There are issues of violation of laws, and very, very many laws have been violated. The Public Audit Act, the Accountants Act, the PFM, and so many others, including the Constitution, especially on these issues of misrepresentation. So we will ask ourselves whether we should do a forensic or we should just ask EACC to come in and look at the files for that financial year. Because we cannot close it and say that those are bygones. That was money that could have done something else. And we must also set an example for others. Like Senator Gataya says, and Senator Gataya has been in the county assemblies. Perhaps he didn't say that. And he has been a member of the Assembly Service Board where he was. And he also chaired the Public Accounts Committee. I think this is the most untidy. Even Turkana was not this bad.
It's true.
Yeah, Turkana, they were complaining about capacity. They were saying up there, they lack capacity. But Nairobi cannot complain of capacity. So for the professionals, we are going to refer you to ISPAC. And we are going to write a letter to ISPAC recommending your investigation and for disciplinary action to be taken. And Parliament has the power to do so, because ISPAC is established by an act of Parliament. And therefore, Parliament can recommend to ISPAC to investigate and take the necessary action on the basis of the issues raised by the Auditor General. Speaker, you cannot have a Director of Finance who does not know whether he's in good standing with ISPAC. It cannot be. But Director, you cannot. When you hear you're coming to the Senate, go and pay your subscription that morning. Because we had a situation in Mombasa where we told someone to get their ISPAC number. They left the way that guy wanted to leave. They've never come back. To date, 4 years down the line. So we are adjourning, and our decision on the financial year 2020-2021 is that the committee shall either recommend a forensic audit or an investigation be carried out, but the committee shall also deal with the issues of professional negligence that have come up. But Speaker, you came in the other day. The Assembly seems to be stabilizing. Please, your legacy would be that you're the one who professionalized the Assembly. Please professionalize the Assembly. These officers, I know they'll feel very embarrassed that they've come and we have reprimanded them, but we must say it as it is. And you must also tell them as it is. They have a professional responsibility. That is why you are paying them salaries. And that is why you got them from wherever they were. I am sure they were doing other jobs before they came to the Assembly. Demand of them that which a professional is expected of. Please, guys, don't look at yourselves as just running a county assembly. It is the Nairobi City County Assembly. So I will challenge you to work on building an institution as a chair of the board, clerk, as the accounting officer. You have a team that is not acting